Okay. Okay. 1, 2,
We're back.
3. Hey, medium!
That was worse than the first one, guys.
I know.
I was
sorry.
downing my coffee.
They probably heard my 3, and then...
Who's vacuuming?
No,
I think it's a
It's
power
the power
drill.
drill that your sister's using.
Pause for a second.
No, we got...
We go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll be right back, guys.
Stop
Talk amongst yourself.
Stop with your fucking power drill.
Hey, language in the bar. Diner. We're still
This
in the
is
diner.
me talking. This isn't Baz talking.
Are you saying that we're
Oh, Jesus.
great, not in a diner?
Yeah.
No, we're in a diner. Language in the diner.
It's not a power drill. She's vacuuming the staircase.
That was a vacuum. Weird. Okay.
Kick the vacuum.
I told her to stop.
Kick the baby.
That's okay. My apologies for that.
Danny.
So a couple important.
I'm so sorry. That was
What the
supposed to go so
fuck?
high.
What was that
That was
for?
supposed to go so high. That was
You
supposed
don't
to
get
go
that
so-
pen.
Ditto
don't
nearly
get that pen.
murdered Danny with a pencil.
Pen.
Pen?
Pen.
A
And ink. We've got
Oh,
ink all over
God.
me.
This
What? Why do you have a whole pack of
is
those stupid blue pens? Stop.
this is why I don't take you guys anywhere.
I'm
Okay.
not the one with
I'm
the pack
hungry.
of pens.
I'm really
Okay.
hungry.
I've got pencils though. I'm not afraid
Why
to use
didn't
these
we?
pencils.
Why didn't we use the time we had to go
I
get
asked
food?
you guys if I could get food, and then
Yes,
you said not too
And then,
long.
you know, this is what you get for flinging a pen
Okay,
at me.
guys, let's pause though, because we're on stream right now.
We're pausing
My
the what?
apology for their arguments. So a couple facts while we were gone. Kiza unfortunately had to go. Our best wishes to her. She's dealing with some stuff at the moment. We'll continue playing without her for now, though. We'll see her back at some point.
No, we're gonna stop here. Bye, guys.
Sorry, guys. We just wanted to get on, tell you we were not playing anymore, and
Yeah.
jump off.
Yeah, get on, tell you how hungry we were,
Well,
then
now bye.
leave.
Argue, almost take out an eye with a pen, and then go.
Almost died.
Normal stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normal for
We had
us.
left off. You guys had been introduced to Lanira, who you found out is a Dragar, one of the original
Pirate dragon.
sentient beings of the universe that are above the gods. I don't know if they have really a name for them, other than the Dragar.
From the stream angle, it looks like the head of the dragon is Shin. Sorry.
Hear me.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That's really good. Oh.
I can't even be mad.
Oh, that's adorable.
Isn't he the cutest dragon you've ever seen?
I'm sorry. Continue.
Okay. So you guys had left off. You just met Lanira and her husband Finnegan. She'd given out a couple of gifts to you guys. We'd be joining you now as you've cleaned up your table and everything. You've packed away the objects. I'll let you decide who grabbed which of the 3 objects on the table. The map, the postcard, and the glasses.
I'll grab the postcard.
Okay.
Okay.
Grab those glasses.
Glasses.
I guess I'm grabbing a map.
Okay.
Which might be a bad idea. I thought we established last time that Shin couldn't read maps.
I also got
Well,
flip-flops
Charlotte
and a Hawaiian
can't
shirt.
read, so... Sorry,
So
I can
I-
never remember if she can't read or she can't write.
She can't do either.
Okay, well...
She can read slightly,
She can read slightly, but like...
not well. She's like a kindergartner.
Who's
Okay.
taking the map then?
I took the map.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So you guys have cleaned up. You've divvied the objects about you and readied for your leaving. Lanera had brought out some sundaes for you guys to enjoy before you went,
Yeah, I was gonna ask about dessert.
which were great. This will count as a long rest, by the way, guys.
Okay.
So feel free to roll hit dice, get your spell slots back, all those fun things.
I don't even think I took them off. Now we're good.
Okay. It's time for you guys to leave. And Your exit strategy is different. A bit strange.
We get penetrated.
No, I was gonna
What
say
the
jump out the
fuck?
window.
Lanira hands you each a small pack. About the size of like a med kit. About the size of a med kit, which she straps to your backs,
Oh no.
leads you to the front door of the diner, and says, I can't quite influence where you'll show up. You'll show up back when I left you, when I took you, I should say. Best of luck. I'm sure there's countermeasures already in place, though. Slight hint here. Aim for the ocean. And she opens the 2 doors out into the sandstorm, and quick as a light, you guys are sucked in like a vacuum in space. Like, it's just fucking, you're standing next to her, and then one second, and the next second you've gone flying out the door, and you're back to unconsciousness. And you wake up, once again, falling thousands of feet in the air above the island.
Oh god.
Aim for the ocean.
Cool. Roll me a
Oh god, no.
dexterity check.
Okay.
I'm good
Dexterity
at those,
saving throw, I
usually.
should say.
That's a 16.
16?
I have a
18.
plus.
18?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
20.
Nat 20. Awesome.
Danny.
11.
Cool. You guys aren't quite practiced in this, but seeing what's going on, you take quick action, and you're able to, rather than the starfish kind of falling, you glue your hands to your sides and point your faces down so that you're dropping in the classical skydiving position. As
Not
you
that we
guys
would know what that
wrap
is.
up into a little star. Tabak, you manage to grab a hold of Charlotte and pull her towards you as she begins to drift slightly off.
Okay.
And keep a hold on her. And you guys get closer and closer and closer to the ocean. And there's a slight beep, 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 beep. And there's like an explosion as the little packs on your back explode open, not into parachute or a glider of some sort, but actually wrap around you as life jackets. And with a cacophonous whack as your guys' bodies hit the ocean, you all take
Oh no.
Oh no.
5 points of bludgeoning damage as you smack thousands of feet into the water.
Only
You know, you
5.
could have used your levitation.
Fuck.
It just came to me.
Smack down into the water. The funny thing is, you don't hit the ocean so much as it rises to cradle you, which you assume is probably why you take a lot less. It hurts a lot less because it seems to be slightly practiced in this as it grabs you out of the air and drags you down. You are now underneath the waves, and it takes a second to settle before you guys bloop, 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 bob to the surface with your life jackets. And now you are floating in the water in the middle of this thing. And it's gorgeous. This place is absolutely wonderful. You see the coral reef that you guys had spotted earlier, the same pillars of stone sticking out, make this natural kind of barrier to keep an inside kind of, not pond quite so much as it's an inlet that's being like left inside of this, so you can't get the rougher weather off the outside of the island. You see actually just a couple of feet away from this reef, what you thought had been like a clear coast and sky and stuff, is actually a slight reminiscent of the same whirlpool you guys had fallen through, in that it's a torrent of water that is circling the island, and reaches up to where it comes together as like an almost dome with a slight opening into the whirlpool you guys had fallen out of.
Wow. Out of the water, please.
You guys are miles from shore.
That's great. Well, I don't want to be eaten by a dragon, so I'm gonna just try and blink. That works!
You blink.
No, the cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You blink.
That's all it is.
You're now in a gray and white version of this.
Well.
And you
Okay.
see a couple of fish swim beneath you.
Sharks.
They're colorful.
Where do we start swimming to? Just
The shore.
yeah. that's what I
There's
was
the
thinking.
reef, and the pillars of stone, and then there's the beach and shore a little whiles off.
Do that one.
Can I get a perception check?
I did one, 22.
22? Wonderful.
If I knew where I was looking. Okay, that's a 1.
24.
15.
Okay, Tabak?
That's another nat 20. I'm not even kidding.
Wow, awesome. So, Baz, you're a little bit concentrated on this thing, and you do see there's a couple of shapes and, like, colorful objects out on this beach. It's a whiles away, so you can't quite see it. The rest of you are kind of just gazing around in wonder, and you manage to spot those shapes on the beach. There's what looks to be like a tiki hut type building, a couple of them sticking out of the sand every once in a while in a different pattern. They've got their own little like porches and steps down, and there's a couple of movement and colors moving across their thing, like someone lives in these little huts. Further up the shoreline is a very, very large one of these, and it is done in this nice kind of jungle wood timbers, and it's very, very pretty. You also see, well, less see than you hear at first, the soft of a boat as it hits the waves, and looking to your right, you see a cruise ship. Or the closest approximation of a smaller cruise ship, as it pulls up just behind you guys, and 5 rings are cast down to catch each of you. Little like Bowie rings.
God.
They land around each of you, and you begin to be tugged in towards the boat. You see 2 men, 2 half-elves, currently tugging on the reins to get you guys in. And they kind of wave a greeting and stuff. And they're wearing these kind of like white polo shirts with the little Ellison Resort written out on them. And the nice blue kind of dress pants almost. And they're tugging you in and stuff. One of them's got like a visor on. Got like a tennis visor.
Wow.
I love this.
And they pull you on board of this ship. This cruise ship. And they hand you little robes with Ellison Resort on them to dry off, a couple of towels and stuff. They don't say anything. They're quiet as they do, but they've got these large grins in their face as they do. And they hustle you guys, and you guys take a seat on the kind of like bench that's being pushed against one of these kind of cabin walls almost. It's a lovely cruise ship. It's done in a nice white decals. There's some waves that are painted along one edge of them. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's, just from where you're sitting, you're on like the middle deck. So you've got what would be like the cabins for guests on the front, what would be the workers' place, and probably some sort of food hall and all that sort of stuff. You guys are sitting in the middle deck, and there's a small jacuzzi type pool and a shuffleboard. And the 2 elves, after they get you guys on, and they hang up the little dinghies once again. One of them comes over with a couple of hot drinks, just some tea that they hand out.
No, that's copyrighted.
I'm
Get
trying to
that
put it
off.
down as low as I can.
No, get it
I
off.
won't do it, Papa.
They handed a couple of hot drinks to you guys, and then they leave.
Please tell me you turned it off.
You guys
What
are left.
kind of hot drink?
It's just some tea.
I poured out. I don't like tea.
Okay, you
But
pour it
what
out.
kind of tea?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
is
what
this
time-
the
what
Boston
kind of
Harbor
tea?
for you?
You're not quite sure. It seems like a tropical blend almost.
I
Like
take a sip of it.
yeah, it's
I'm
quite
sorry,
nice.
you dumped it out and then you took
No,
a
no,
sip.
no.
You actually really enjoyed it. It's quite a good beverage. It's got like one of those little umbrellas and a flower in it.
Baz would look rude if he didn't drink it.
This is where my dwarven my dwarven drink comes in, I just take one giant swig of it, because, like, make it look like I drink it faster so I don't like it.
Cool. It's
burn
it's
your tongue.
great. It's like it's almost like a punch, but it's hot, and you'd think generally
disgusting.
it would sound
No, it sounds like a
it
cider.
would sound disgusting.
Oh, true.
But it does actually taste quite nice. The way that they've prepared it, it's not half bad.
Code for it, there's lots of sugar in it.
Not my cheat day.
Bass has cheat days.
No, so Baz
every
drinks
day
this
is
down,
his
and
cheat
as
day.
you guys watch as he takes on kind of like a rosier complexion and stuff.
God.
His skin seems to tan a little bit more. He just looks vibrant. It looks like he's gained back a little bit of life essence and stuff. He seems
Do I
more
add?
relaxed.
Do I?
You do. You heal 3 points.
Nice, thank you. And Jimmy Puppy plays in the background.
I'd also like you to put one notch at the top of your thing.
Nope, I'm out.
What notch?
Just a notch.
At the just put like a line at the top of your thing.
It's like to show how tan you are.
It's just to
I'll put it
show how
right
much of the punch you drink.
Punch drunk.
I'm
Haha.
really scared.
You're fine. It just has an effect.
Can I get another one then? I really want this effect now.
You kind of like you look around. They're not like on deck. There doesn't seem to be anyone on the cruise ship other than those 2 half elves who've disappeared.
Do you want
Did
mine?
they say anything to us, or did they just, like, hand us stuff and leave?
They were totally silent. They handed you stuff. They were grinning, like they looked like very happy to be helping and stuff, but they didn't say anything.
Oh, am I still blinking?
That's off-putting.
Charlotte isn't actually there.
No, Charlotte's on the boat. They
Okay.
They grabbed you and everything, and they were smiling at you. Nothing was different to them as far as
Okay,
they could,
well,
as
I
you could
guess
tell.
I unblink and I
Oh.
give your drink to you. I give my drink to you.
Before you unblink, you do notice that the color of the drinks, it's kind of like a warm brown. It's got a slight orange tint to it when you see them.
Here you go.
Thank you. And I do it again.
Okay, cool. Put a second notch. You heal 3 more points.
Oh, that's my max.
And you begin to tan a little bit more. You take on your little bit more chill vibe. Like, you're relaxing quite a bit. Like, it's
Oh, don't.
you'd been terrified falling from the sky. It's actually quite a relaxing place. It's pretty nice.
Dumb question. Throw back to like a bajillion episodes ago. Is my tongue still split?
That ended 4 hours after that.
Fucking. I'm sad.
No, you're chill. That's what you are.
I'm chill sad.
You know, like Baz is like halfway to being a surfer pro.
Oh God.
Like
Can I let my hair
it's just
down?
a relaxing atmosphere.
Are we gonna get more Bass?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I took my ribbon out of it. I'm like,
Wow.
It's a bit warm.
Can you do that like in front of the webcam so they can see?
I don't even have any hair.
it's a bit
Danny, do it
warm
for
with
me.
it and stuff, but it does
What's
feel
up?
kind of relaxing. There's a nice breeze that's blowing in that cools you off just enough, but you like shift so that you're leaning back, kind of. You get your feet out and you kind of take a
Oh.
scent in. It smells tropical. Like it's pretty great. You've had a bit of a rough time lately, and this is pretty nice to relax.
We'll take my boots off and then put my flip flops on.
Kill, I put the floppy hat on.
Okay.
To make it look like I'm trying to chill.
Yep, you put the floppy hat on. You guys gonna drink?
Anyone
No.
else want a drink? I'll take it.
Okay. Tabak?
No, this is weird.
Have you
Fucking
met
more for
Shin?
me.
Have you met Shin? He is hella suspicious.
I'm gonna take.
Can I, like, Arcana check to see if it's magic?
Sure, do an Arcana check for me.
Oh, it's definitely magic.
I don't.
I don't even have to check.
Where's 15?
So there's definitely a trace of magic in it. you take a minute to kind of study the actual origin of the magic and stuff. It seems that it's meant to calm, to relax, and to heal up a little bit, to help the body regenerate and stuff. There's a twinge of like, not quite charm magic, but it's similar enough where it's trying to even if you're like freaking out, it's trying to calm your emotions and stuff, charm you a little bit so that you can relax. And
do you mean the spell calm emotions?
yeah, it's like a calm emotion spell almost.
Are you guys gonna finish those?
I don't think you should have any more.
What are you talking about? I've drank way more of this in my life.
Does Kizza chug hers or does she give it to Baz?
Kizza chugs hers.
Oh.
Her scales turn a little bit darker. She starts to. She's been kind of like confused a little bit, like she's been thinking to herself, but she seems to calm down a little bit.
I don't want to drink it, but at the same time, I really want to know what happens to Shin because he's like pure black.
Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, he does it.
What?
He does it. Is even yes or odd? No, that's even.
We could do that couples thing where you put one strong and the other strong. And
Can he just like take a sip of it, like not down the whole thing? He's just gonna take a sip.
You take a small sip of it. You heal 1 point of damage, and you feel not quite like relaxed. Like you're still a little bit confused and wary and scared, but definitely you tense a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't tan like the others have, like Baz and Kizza have. But you guys do notice that he's got kind of more of a rosy complexion now. Like he's on his way to a sunburn. But it's not a bad sunburn.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I didn't want Charlotte to get a sunburn.
hey, Shin, you want to finish that?
I think he's definitely suspicious, so he'll just kind of like.
Perfect, and I take another drink of it.
Okay, yeah. You darken even more. You're getting to the point where you're like...
Do I notice?
Perfect tan, almost.
Do I notice?
You notice, but it, like, doesn't worry you or anything. Like, you're like, this is normal. Cool, I've got a tan now. Right? And you just feel like... You're not worried whatsoever. Like, this is totally normal and stuff. You're like, great, cruise ship, awesome, I love cruises.
Shin does not love cruises.
I'm gonna just dump mine out.
And I should mention that when Kizza does chug hers, she was looking a little bit queasy.
That's what I thought.
She was looking a little bit queasy, but she's like narrowed. She's calmed down now. She doesn't seem to be.
Wait, so is that going to be a constant thing? Kizza's just always going to be seasick?
Kizza's seasick, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it is a constant thing when you're boating around a lot.
I don't know. I've been on a boat a total of 2 times.
That's
Same,
fine.
actually.
Does that count this?
I was talking about me in general. Actually, it'll be 4 times, because I did 6 times. Wait, no.
Well, I hate you. 2 times. Once I've been on. It's not even a boat. It's a ferry. Actually, no, it would be 3.
Same.
Because I went
I thought you
houseboating.
were pointing to me like you. We went boating with you.
I went houseboating right after high school.
I'm talking real life or character.
No,
Real life.
Oh,
Shin's been on more boats than I have.
I've been on boats a lot in my real life.
So continue.
Okay.
now let's brag about our boating.
Charlotte, Tabak, you guys drinking or no?
I already gave mine to Baz.
I said I dumped it out.
I have 3 points.
Oh, why'd
There's
you
3
dump it? You
notches.
could have given it to Baz.
Yeah.
No, I'm dumping
Sorry.
it out. I don't
Tabak.
wanna give it
Okay,
to
you dump yours out.
It
It gives off like a faint aroma and stuff, and you feel yourself tense a little bit less, but like not if it's not got the same amount of effect as if you had drinking it.
He didn't dump it on himself.
He dumped it on the ground,
Oh,
I'd imagine. But it's like, it gives off a scent as it does. And it's got heavy aroma already, but it's just, you're less tense than you would be. Cool.
Oh, this place is so cute.
And you guys are still sitting on this bench in the boat. And
Just gonna wait. Is it moving?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah,
until we
it's
get
just
to
kind
shore.
of cruising
sure.
along the reef.
Yeah, I'm not gonna investigate this boat. Let's just get onto the island.
Okay, yeah. Kizza decides If you guys have decided not to move on, she's just gonna take a nap, and she kind of like settles down, closes her eyes, and crosses her arms, and goes into a nap.
Cool.
Fast forward.
Sometimes.
Cool. So yeah, you guys cruise along for about half an hour. One of the half elves, the one without the visor, comes back at this point and stuff. And he doesn't say anything, but he does kind of like gesture to as if to follow him, and he begins to walk back down the corridor that he'd come from, off towards the workers' hall rather than the restrooms.
Can I insight check him? These people are weird.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
You good?
Do it with disadvantage, please.
Oh, okay. I dropped my dice.
Where'd it go? Oh, that must mean you've got like triple disadvantage.
21?
Yep.
Okay. He hasn't said anything, so you can't tell if he's like being truthful or not, but he does seem to be very calm, very relaxed. He doesn't have any look about him that would entail that he wishes violence upon you guys, or he's trying to do something bad to you. He's just kind of doing his job, leading the way to somewhere. He seems genuinely like excited to have you guys here, though.
Cool. When do we get off?
Are you following him or no?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, Baz?
Sure.
I was gonna roll
Jen?
to see if I follow him, and then I drop
Is
my
Tabit
dice,
going?
so I'm not even gonna.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, you four follow him. Kids is left to nap on the bench.
Well,
Oh.
Forgot about
oh no, we okay.
Oh, we
Well,
pick her up, I
yeah, let's.
think.
Yes.
She waves you off. Goes back to nap.
No, okay.
She doesn't seem too interested.
Okay.
Baz, you yourself, you're like, it takes a second for you to decide. Fine, I'll go do something, right? You kind of want to stay back and just enjoy the sun, enjoy the atmosphere and stuff. But at their insistence, you do follow them after a bit. The half elf leads you guys up a staircase onto a higher deck, through a couple of doorways and corridors and stuff, until he comes to a larger door that he opens up and kind of gestures you guys to go in. You see what would be the driving section of the cruise ship, right? So there is the classical control board type of thing, the large window that looks out over the reef and the bay in front of you guys, and there is a large steering wheel, and it is done strangely because each of the pegs on the steering wheel are done in a separate color. There's a red one and a green one and a blue one and all this sort of stuff. And there's not a chair, but there is a small, like, stool type table that's been lifted high enough that the person sitting on it, the thing sitting on it, can see out the windows. And seated in this little table stool chair is a starfish.
What? I thought you were gonna say like a little mini fae, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be adorable. And then you say Patrick Star, and I'm like, well.
There is a starfish. And he has a little captain's hat on.
Ah, now it's cute.
And he's smoking a small cigar.
Now it's not cute.
And he's got one of his little like starfishy hands on a peg, and he's driving. He is driving the cruise ship.
Oh.
And as you guys enter, he kind of looks over at you. He says, "Oh, good evening. Come on in. My name's Blubbles."
Okay. I figured. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like.
Blubbles.
I gotta text Serafina.
I am.
You took her phone.
Yeah.
Text Serafina.
I am the cruise ship director and the head of activities at Ellison Resort. It's lovely to meet you all. Come. I thought I'd give you a captain's greeting, let you take a look around the bridge.
You know, for a starfish who smokes, I thought he'd have a lower voice. Charlotte did not say
Also-
that, by the way.
Also, are none of us gonna mention the talking starfish?
No, I'm pretty
Smoking
sure we're
a
all
cigar
just...
and driving a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we're all just standing
I'm
there.
just gonna walk over and be like, how are you doing today? Thank you for giving me those drinks. Got 3 of them myself in my belly.
Oh, yes. You gotta love the elephant punch. Best thing in the world.
Well, no, I...
Gotta love them drugs.
Well, no, you said, like, Baz, you're, like, almost a super dude. I was like, is there, like, marijuana in this? I'm like, did you give him weed?
This
Hey,
is the
just
fantasy
be-
equivalent of weed brownies.
Just be happy I didn't turn him into a Jamaican, like, surfer bro.
If Tabit can drink it, we'd have our weed elemental.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
This is why
Not the
Tyson want it.
No.
And I can't go near the weeds again. Not again.
You see, the problem is he's supposed to be a high-pitched Morgan Freeman voice, apparently, and I can't do a Morgan Freeman voice and make it high-pitched at the same time, because Morgan Freeman is a very resolutely low voice.
Yeah.
Just make it Morgan Freeman. Oh, just like, oh, I'm sorry,
My
got a
name
cold.
is Blubbles.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's a perfect rendition,
I don't
actually.
know, it's just, oh my gosh.
Cigar.
I know, I'm
Cigar.
getting there, I'm getting there. Continue.
No, he needs a mustache if he has a cigar.
He does not have a mustache.
What?
Oh, I was about to draw
He's a
mustache.
starfish.
He's
He has a
starfish.
cigar and a captain hat.
Yeah, which are not items that are attached to him.
Can you...
He
No,
does
no,
not
like a
possess
fake
mustache.
mustache. Come on.
It
not
looks kind
possess
of
a
like a
fake
nose right
mustache.
now, not gonna lie.
Can you...
You guys can't see this, but it's great.
I'm sorry, can you please give it a fake mustache very quickly?
You know, we're gonna have to post this on
Like a very
Instagram,
bushy,
right?
very bushy mustache. Okay? Please.
Oh my god.
I love that. Oh, it's...
Jason is drawing
Handlebar mustache.
a
Handlebar.
Blubbles.
Handlebar.
Jason is drawing Blubbles. Anyway.
You know, I had a fake
Yeah, no.
Divinity once. This is
Um,
fine.
But you guys enter into the bridge, and the half-elf closes the door behind you, and he seems to wander off to do whatever it is he does on this ship. Blubbles is the only person on the bridge.
Starfish.
Yeah, Blubbles the starfish. He is the only person on the bridge. But he does seem quite happy to have the company and stuff. He kind of waves you guys over best he can as a starfish.
He like waggles.
He waggles one of his starfish arms, his limb,
Oh my gosh.
kind of gestures for you guys to come over.
But I guess he's a starfish, so it would kind of move his whole body. That would be kind of funny.
Very slowly, though. Do you know how slow starfish are?
Yeah.
Maybe this is why we haven't gotten into port yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can English.
And he says, Blubbles turns to you guys, and he's keeping an eye out for the thing, because he's steering the ship, but he's keeping an eye on you guys as well, so he can talk to you. And he says, you guys jumped on at a bit of a strange time. Generally, our customers like to get on the beginning of the cruise rather than the middle, but up to you guys. Anything that works, I guess. Thought we'd pick you up. You didn't seem like you were quite ready to be swimming with your backpacks and everything.
Now he's Canadian. And we are Canadian.
Blubbles doesn't have a voice.
Okay.
Blubbles goes where Blubbles goes. And whatever happens with Blubbles happens.
I just had a thought, but I don't know if she would say it.
Oh well, you
No,
have
I
to
was
say
I
it.
was just gonna get Shin to say, well, we kind of fell into this situation.
I think Shin would say
100% he
that.
would.
Oh, okay. That's Blubbles.
It's very beautiful.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, we kind of fell out of the sky.
Oh, yeah, that's the general method people take to get to Ellison. Bit of a weird way to get here, but who am I to judge? I'm a starfish.
Alright, can you tell us where our ship went?
Which ship? We've got a couple of those.
The one with sushi.
What's a soda?
No, the captain. I can't... Sashimi? Is that her name? Yeah.
I
I would
don't
say
think we have a
skeleton too, but-
sushimi checked in yet. I'd have to check the logs, though. People don't always enter in to Talos and Ellison at the same time, so can't be sure.
We might be earlier than them.
Our ship went into
Or
the
later.
whirlpool. Where did the ship go?
Unless the ship managed to steer out and we just fell in.
Depends on who was with it. Most likely, somebody. What happens generally is a couple of people will enter all together or separate times. You come, you go, you get out, and they meet you there. But you might not spend the same time in Ellison. Bit of a problem with our package deal, but you can always upgrade to get a family package, and then you get everybody together, right? Fun times. Sadly, we didn't have you guys registered, so we had to come up with something real quick. But happy to have you. We're glad you can make it to Ellison. We do a lot of stuff here. As soon as we get back, I'll introduce you to Debby, and Debby will take you guys to your rooms, and you can figure out what you're gonna do with the rest of your 4 days here.
4 days.
Okay, well, we weren't actually supposed to stay here at all. We were investigating, not a murder. Wasn't
Ship
a murder.
disappearances.
Ship deers. Yeah, that. Oh, that must be this.
Oh, well, no need to worry about that now. You're here. Might as well enjoy a vacation.
Okay, well, no, we still need to figure out where those went.
But why? You're in Ellison.
Or get back. We need to tell them
We've
where they went.
got cruise ships and volleyball and hang gliding and all sorts of fun activities you can do. I'm sure it could wait a couple of days.
Pretty sure they don't have Shin's favorite type of activity.
Murdering people?
Yeah.
No, actually, I feel like they do.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so we've got about 5 to 10 minutes before we make it back to harbor. If you guys want to collect your stuff, get ready to offload. Any other questions before you go, or you good?
They got a tavern.
Haha, we have 3 beach bars.
I'm gonna drink so much.
You also have a mini bar in each of your rooms.
Oh, yes.
And if you're looking for a little bit of a night out, we have the banquet at the end of the evenings, always held deep in the jungle. Fun times. We've also got the mountainside restaurant. That's more your fancy.
Alright, and, what is Ellison actually named?
Ellison Resort
us all.
is the name of the resort in the island. The island was bought by Ellison Resort. So just Ellison Resort.
And can you tell me the first 3 letters of Ellison?
E-L-Y, madam. E-L-Y-S-I-A-N, Ellison.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure if you take out the Y, replace an L, and add an H at the beginning, it spells hell.
Well,
But I'm not sure.
congratulations on your spelling. That's pretty interesting. We don't get a lot of spelling bee here. I'm sure we could wrangle up a couple people who'd be interested in some Scrabble if you want.
I don't even think this is a completely out of character thing. I think Shin is actually giggling behind Charlotte.
Just out of curiosity, have you seen any dwarves with a poncho?
Poncho
Yes.
dwarves. I'd have to check my guest log, but
Did you do
I
that before you
can't
went to the
think.
island, baby?
Sure. Let me just call Dewey over. And
Dewey?
he leans over to like this little like microphone that's sticking out of the steering wheel, and he taps it once and he goes, Dewey, can you come to the bridge, please, and bring the captain's log and the passenger log, please? New guests have a bit of a question. Thanks, buddy. And it clicks off, and you hear
So,
ding ding ding
Is
as
there
it goes
Huey
off.
and Louie too?
That's what I was thinking.
And you see.
Both of us got on vacation at the same time.
You see, it takes a couple of minutes, but the visored half-elf comes back into the room, and he's got a little, like, clipboard with him, and he hands it over, and it's, when I say little, I mean little, because it's, like, it's
a
blubble-sized.
starfish,
It's a
yeah.
blubble-sized clipboard, and he hands it over, and Blubble kind of flicks through it and stuff, and he says, there we go. Andrew Yakmar. He had a lovely poncho. I believe he was... where does he say his entrance was? He was entered off the coast of Kavit, coming up from Cramnol. We have a Felicia DeVars. She was just off the coast of Ocoa, the Red Harbor. Other than that, I can't see anything. But they've both been checked out permanently.
Whoa!
Checked out permanently. That's reassuring.
They decided not to take our offer on the return package. So, sadly, they will not be returning to Ellison. Which is always a sad thing to see someone go, but I'm happy they had a good time here.
Or, if you take out the Y, add an L, and add an H at the beginning... I can spell! I'm telling you!
Yes, I already said you've got a lovely Scrabble game. Let me actually check here, and he flicks to the back of it, and it's got like an activities log, and he looks down this list and stuff, and he says, well, right there, we've got Scrabble and Bingo for Thursday night.
I don't want to play
that
Bingo.
Would be your
I want
third
out.
night. If you wanna get in on that, I can sign you right
Be
up.
quiet, you little starfish.
Charlotte.
Oh, well, there's no need to be mad, madam. I'm
Can I,
terribly sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
That's my line. You're not allowed to smack people in the back of the head. Can you reach?
Can I?
Okay, so who's hitting me upside the head?
Baz is.
No, it's not me raising. It's not me pointing at you saying which
No,
one.
I know.
No.
Can I roll?
But can Baz hit her upside
you
the
just
head?
smack her. I'm not gonna make you
Okay.
guys roll. You guys do this so often. I'm not gonna make you roll at this point.
But
It'd take forever.
but for Baz, is it really smacking upside the head?
It's
Yeah,
it's
it
near the
is.
bottom.
I'm like,
Yeah, that.
He says, I'm terribly sorry, madam. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I can spell.
Well, that's a lovely thing, madam. I think that's a great trait. Being a starfish, I have a bit of trouble with it, but I can read well enough, and Dewey always helps me out if I need to spell a passenger's name out. Speaking of, we should get you guys registered, so we can make sure that Debbie's got your guys' rooms prepared. What were your names again?
I don't care about stupid Debby. I want off because I'm on a mission.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, man. You guys are listed under the 4-day package. You're not going to be able to get out for 4 days.
We're not gonna be able to get out because you're never gonna let us out.
No, Charlotte, stop.
My apologies, madam. It's not up to me. I'm just the activities director.
No, it is up to you because you're the head of it all.
Oh, okay. That's
Charlotte, shut your mouth. Anyway, I'm born
Shut your mouth,
big and dork.
please.
Born
Would you like it?
bag and door?
Yeah, dork.
Dork?
Yes.
Bag and dork? Let me
I
see
can spell
here.
it for you if you want.
Could you, please? I can't seem to find it.
Give me a sec.
What? What are you guys doing?
There's no way Shin isn't
Okay.
giving him his actual name.
B-O-R.
B-O-R.
Sorry,
B-O-R.
Bork?
Dork.
Bork?
We don't have a board.
Bag and
There's a Bortomus. Is that you? Bortomus?
Bartholomew.
Sounds about right. Sorry, my last name gets messed up a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, it's lovely to see you check in. I've got you up on the... Oh, I'm sorry. That must be wrong. Let me just grab Dewey here. Dewey! And he taps the mic again. He's like, Dewey, please report to the bridge. Can you bring the settling log, please? Ding, 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 as it goes off. And it takes another minute and stuff. She's just kind of like staring at this thing and like glancing back up and down at you. And Dewey comes in and stuff, and Blubbles gestures over and she's like, Is this right? This can't be right? Like that can't be. And Dewey looks up at you and looks down and looks up at you and looks down and still grinning, very happy about it. And he
That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
shakes his head a little bit and stuff, and looks at you and he shrugs and walks back out the door and Bubbles says, well, I guess we've got you in the volcano suite.
Oh god.
The rest of you?
I'm not going.
Neither am I. Tavik!
Tavik. Tavik, you go next.
Fuck you guys.
Hey.
We need a please after that.
Whoa.
Dumb question. What's in the volcano suite?
A volcano.
Volcano Suite is one of our premium deals. It's settled in the heart of the volcano of Ellison Island, a lovely place. It's been inactive for about 4 days.
For about 4 days.
That's the same.
We've got a fire dance tonight, actually, when it should become better on activity. It seems it needs a little bit of time to cool down between performances, but other than that, it's quite a lovely suite. We've got you in the hot and tempty room. It's got it's got a nice lookout right into the heart of the volcano. It's floored with hot gas and lovely things for fire elementals. I assumed your friend would have liked the suite, but
we might have mixed our names up, actually.
Okay. What was your name, mister? Let me see if I've got you down here. If you don't want the suite, I can see about getting you you guys stuck in a bungalow together.
That's
Oh
fine.
God, no.
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 That is fine.
No.
Okay. Well, we've got 3 bungalows available. We've got the Butternut Beaner. We've got the Jungle Resort Retreat. And the last one is the Cliffside.
The cliffside. I like the cliffside.
Our bungalow Bean has 1 room. It's got its own kitchen and dining room. Single bathroom. A bit of an open space concept. Nice view of the jungle and the coast just off the main resort. Our jungle suite is high up in the mountains. Just along the edge of the curve of the jungle restaurant. We've got lovely views from the top of the tree. A couple of monkeys there. Not always your favorite thing, but some people like it. And the Cliffside Retreat, which is held just off the main beach. It's got a selection of 3 rooms, 2 baths. There's no personal kitchen, but it does have its own little living room.
I like that one.
So we all pick one, yeah?
The bungalow retreats actually come as a group dealing, so we'd have to have all of you in the same bungalow. Unless you want to team up with 4 of you and, wait a minute, he counts, weren't there 5 of you?
Yep.
She left.
Oh!
She's sleeping.
Dear me, I apologize, I've given you the wrong bungalow. We have 1 bungalow open for 5, the Coastal Retreat. Nice view of the reef, right on the main beach. You get access to your own private section. You get a free snorkeling class with the bungalow.
We don't want that one.
I want that
it
one.
has
We don't
5
want that
rooms, 3 bathrooms, its own personal kitchen and living room and dining room. It also has a small shuffleboard.
We don't want that one.
I want that one.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do, Charlotte.
we
you are a
don't.
12-year-old and you would listen to me. I'm your...
You're high. We don't. We aren't listening. You're a weed elemental right now.
We're going to take that one.
No, we're not.
The Coastal Retreat it is.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Can I get you to sign right there,
Of
please?
course.
You know what? Shin's actually kind of fine with this as long as he doesn't have to give him his name.
Yeah, you sign on the line and stuff. And there's a glimmer, and you done it in he's got a charcoal pencil. You do it in charcoal, and the name glimmers for a second, it's contracting, and then it is ingrained into the actual paper, so it can't be smudged off or stuff. And he says, perfect. I'll get Debby to lead you right down there. I'll get that faxed over to her.
Debby is a demon. We don't want to talk to her.
Charlotte.
Debbie's quite a nice lady. I know she doesn't quite like the demon term. I mean, there's a couple of people who aren't really open to her kind, but if you could, it'd be pretty nice not to call her that. She's a bit shy about it. Yeah, other than that, can I sign you guys up for any activities, or you wanna come later?
So is Debby literally a demon then?
Charlotte.
I mean, Debbie's a tiefling. She's got a bit of a problem with the whole demon term. One of the reasons she's here at Ellison. Nice atmosphere, nice people. We like to take care of our own. As for activities, you'll have a larger range of them at your own bungalow. We'll have a list sent over for you guys if you're interested in any of them. Off the top of my mind, I know we have a volleyball tournament tonight. We have dancing classes. There's a zip line higher up off the jungle. We also have, well, you guys have technically taken the boat ride, which is fine with me. We have a luau on 3 days from now, and I believe that was Thursday. Probably. I don't know, we don't really go by dates here. Other than that, we don't have too much else left over for today. You guys came a little bit late. It's already, we've missed the early morning monster ride, and the arena's closed down till tomorrow. But I'll have a proper list sent over to your guys' bungalow. You can flip through it, see if you want anything. Unless anything I've just said catches your interest, I can sign you up pretty early, get you some good tickets.
Isn't he supposed to be driving?
He is driving. He's quite good at it. He's got one of his legs up.
What?
Hey, Shin, want to do dancing with me?
I really don't.
Come on.
No.
Charlie.
No.
Tabby.
You
No.
are out of your mind right now.
Kizza.
You're a weirdo.
He's not here.
I already told you.
I'll
Says,
force
lovely to
them
learn your
later.
names
It's
then.
Fine. It's fine. I'll do it later.
Oh.
Did you write me down already?
No, he
No,
just
he wrote
learned our
down your
names.
names.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, I almost forgot to get that. Yep, you guys are all checked in here. I guess we'll change you from the volcano suite down to the coastal bungalow with your friends. Anything I can sign you guys up for, or is that all you need?
Yeah, I'd like to get out, please. Please.
Our next entrance ceremony is, as I said, 4 days from now for you guys. Oh, wait. We have... Oh, the Smiths are leaving tomorrow.
Great, I'll check out with them.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
My last name is actually Smith.
Oh,
I
it's
will
drunk.
be leaving with them.
Dork.
I'm terribly sorry, ma'am, but you're here under the 4-day. They've just finished a 7-week.
I was
Retreat?
split up with my family. I'm traveling with strangers. Please help me.
Charlotte.
Oh, madam,
My
we'll
name is
take
not
good care of
Charlotte.
you, don't worry. Nobody bad ever gets into Ellison. We've got a very good screening process.
A whirlpool of death?
Nope. Technically.
Well,
Well, Whirlpool's only one of our entrances. No classes then? No monster ride? I can sign you up for the arena, but if you want to get into the arena, you're going to have to sign up pretty quick here. That tends to fill up quite fast. Volleyball also does. We've got a very big volleyball tournament going on tonight. You can feel free to participate or just stop by. Our zip line's pretty popular.
what are you thinking?
Thinking that all of this sounds really fucking suspicious.
Yeah. Except you're supposed to be chill, and he's supposed to be chill.
What are you talking about?
and
Shin's
Tabby's
not
supposed to be
chill.
He's just less tense.
Yeah, he's just less tense.
Okay,
Do you
but,
know how long
like-
it would take to get Shin
Okay,
completely chill?
Sorry, less tense. And we just fell out of the sky, thousands of feet from above.
He's got a stain, but not technically, no.
What?
No.
They've
but
got
wouldn't-
they've got a very good screening process, but
But wouldn't he still be...
you haven't set up the detectors as far as you're aware.
Okay.
Oh, so Shin has not set off the detectors either?
You guys, if you guys are here in Ellison, you guys have apparently passed the screening process.
What about my... Hey, Charlotte, look at the back of my poncho for a second. It's still blotted out.
Okay, I look at the back of his poncho.
Okay, never mind. Continue.
What was that for?
Nothing.
No activities then?
No, thank
No,
you.
we'll do them later.
Alright, I'll have a list sent to your guys' bungalow. Debby will pick one up. If you've got any questions, feel free to contact me. You can always find me. I'm either down in the activities directory office or here on the cruise ship. And he tucks a little pen into the like fold of the clipboard. And he says, I gotta ask you guys to leave the bridge now. I gotta bring her into port. But
That's fine.
I'd love to see you guys at one of our activities. or see you at the banquet or something. Debby will explain everything you guys need to know about the actual resort. If you got any questions, talk to her. Other than that, it's lovely to have you at Ellison Resort. Thanks for coming. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Yeah.
Cool. And Dewey, who's reappeared at the door, opens the door for you guys, and like he gestures for you guys to go.
We go.
Are you captured?
Let's go get Kizza.
He tilts his head like he's confused, and he shakes his head, and snorts to himself. Doesn't reply though. Still got the grin on his
How does
face.
a starfish snort?
No.
No, Dewey. The half-elf.
Oh, okay.
No, I was not telling the demon starfish. I was not asking the demon starfish if he was a captured prisoner.
And as you guys leave, Blubbles
Why do
from
you
the
keep
thing
asking
calls out,
that?
nice to meet you guys. Hope you enjoy your stay. See you tomorrow or something.
I
See
don't
you
know
later
why I
tonight
asked
if you
things
stop by the
like that.
volleyball. Bye.
Bye.
And then the door shuts. And Dewey leads you guys back through the corridors and everything, back onto the deck. Kiz is woken up, and she's actually changed into her swimmer, and she's currently sitting in the hot tub, and she's got a couple of those crunch drinks that have been like brought over. 2 or 3 of the cups are empty now.
Oh my gosh.
And she's just kind of chilling.
Yeah, that is.
Is there
chill.
anywhere around her that she's not drinking?
Yeah, no, she's got like, it looks like she's ordered enough for the group and stuff, and she's had a couple that she's been refilled a couple of times.
I'm gonna go over and take one.
Yeah, you take one.
Why are you at 4 already? Like, I'm pretty sure you're hydrated enough.
You know, you are like, the idea of this, just hearing from Blubbles, this fucking sounds fantastic. Okay, you've had such a hard time lately, and like, this is like a much needed R&R.
I'm sorry, is Chill Baz gonna start like having a breakdown? Just like a very chill, just like tears rolling down his face. He's like, everything's fine now.
You notice that the cruise ship has moved along, definitely. You guys had previously been kind of like halfway across the arc of this coral reef. You guys are now getting closer to a small harbor and docks area. There's a couple of ships. You can't spot the sea serpent among them, which you're a little bit understandably confused and a little bit upset about, but you don't think too hard on it. The cruise ship pulls in along a dock, and you see a contingency of elves and half-elves and humans and stuff kind of lined up, and they've got the classical, like, luau gear. Got the grass skirts and the flowered chain necklaces and stuff, and they're, like, waving and stuff, ready to welcome you, and there's 2 of them are holding up a "Welcome to Ellison Resort." And standing a little bit farther down the boardwalk, dressed quite nicely in this kind of like pencil skirt and blouse and stuff, is a tiefling woman, and she's got nice kind of yellowy skin, 2 horns, princess beach curls, that are done up in kind of like a 1960s like bob type thing.
Beach curls are usually like loose curls.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
They're actually a bit like what Shin's hair is supposed to look like.
And she's not wearing any shoes. She's barefoot. But you do see she's got a couple of anklets on. And she just looks pretty relaxed. She's got her own little flower thing hanging from her chest. She's holding a little binder. And she's got a large grin on her face.
They're wearing lace. Oh, the only reason I remembered them being called lays was I saw a video where they constantly asked, "Do you want to get laid?"
Oh my gosh.
And Dewey and the other half elf, the one without the visor, they come along and they push down a small like plank for you guys to walk down to the actual boardwalk. And as you guys leave, they kind of like wave you off. Big smiles and stuff. They seem like everyone here seems genuinely happy to have you guys here. Like it seems like it's their job not only, but it is their job to welcome you guys and to be welcoming, but it seems like they actually enjoy doing it, right? It's something they like.
They are not in retail.
No one likes working in retail.
And you guys exit off. You've got your packs and your stuff with you, and the tiefling woman, who you now see as Debby, due to the name tag. It's spelled Debby on her name tag. with 3 B's and an IE.
So BDEBBIE.
DE. BBB.
BD.
IE.
BBB?
BBB.
There's 3 B's?
3 B's.
Yeah. BDEBBIE.
Jeez.
No B's.
This is an acronym, I swear.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
Well, it also looks like a 666 in the middle of her name, but...
Oh my god.
Debby.
I was right.
And as you guys come, she holds out her arms and like welcoming gesture and stuff. She's like, "Welcome to Ellison Resort.
Oh my god, hello.
Oh my god. Hello.
My name is Debby. I will be your guys' resort manager, so you guys can come to me with any questions. I'll be helping to show you guys around. I'll get you in contact with your tour guide if you want a tour. I'm going to be showing you guys to your bungalow. I'll take care of your meal plans and everything, your activities, your schedule, anything you need. Debbie's the person to come see. You are, if I've got this right, Charlotte Tabak. She points at Shin. Shin and Boren. Sorry, totally sorry. My pronunciation is a little bit off. Dwarvish is a little bit harder. I picked up a couple of languages, but Dwarvish is always giving me a little trouble. Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry for it. Have I got that right?
No.
Yep.
No?
No.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. What is it? Is it pronounced Charlotte?
No.
Charlotte?
No.
How
Charlotte,
do you pronounce
behave.
I was trying to come up with another name for myself.
Well, you were failing really badly.
It? So it is Charlotte?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. You guys, I have you listed under...
Sorry.
Oh, God.
I have you listed under the Coastal Retreat Bungalow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It's a bit of a walk from here, so I'm gonna get you guys onto our transportation for the island.
Please don't tell me it's a golf cart.
Oh, it's a golf cart. Fantasy golf cart.
Don't freak out. It's a bit of a shock to some people when they get here, but I promise you they're perfectly trained. They're good to go. And she turns around and she begins to walk down the boardwalk. She says, "This way, guys."
I follow.
Yep. No. Kiza goes with you. Totally chill. Totally mellow. And the rest of the 3 of you are following as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Ish.
Okay. So you guys make your way down the boardwalk. There's like two small buildings either side of like the entrance in this, and there's like a little walkway across to connect them both. You guys go through the walkway and out onto what's like a patio almost. And there's 2 staircases on either side that lead down into the actual sand. And there's a small gap in the fence that just opens off onto open air. And Debby asks you guys to stand to the side for a second. And she walks over to the gap and she gives 3 loud whistles. And out of the jungle comes 3 creatures. Lizards. Giant lizards.
So dragons.
Please tell me it's a giant
Wait
dragon
a
or
minute.
iguana.
No,
Is it the things?
Is it an iguana?
It looks like a kind of like not a kind of gecko. I've got a picture.
I was thinking like you usually see geckos.
They're not
like
dragons. They are giant lizards.
Okay, that's
Is it
is
the thing you were showing me and asking me about Baz or Charlotte?
Yeah.
bearded
Okay.
dragon is a lizard. Yes.
Yeah, it's
But,
just
like,
called a bearded dragon.
They
No,
almost
sorry.
have a snake-like neck, though.
Yeah, they're very salamander-like almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you mocking me?
Yeah, I was mocking the
Don't
bearded
make me
dragon.
fight you, but
Actually.
no, like Kiza's gonna be riding a gecko.
They don't really look like geckos, though.
I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
Let me find this.
wrong with me. Bearded dragon.
They've got saddles on their backs that look big enough to hold a couple of people each.
There are 3, and there are 6 of us.
Don't tell me it's not on this one.
This one, right?
Yeah, that thing.
Okay.
Somebody send that to Tavik.
Whoa.
Or you can just
I'll
show
send
it.
it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's what they are.
And they come out and they look happy, like they're like just kind of like trotting along.
Do you mean an iguana with a saddle?
I just sent it to the HDM.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's
Yeah.
a big lizard.
So they're
that has a
big.
saddle.
They've got kind of like a snake-like neck and stuff. But these are like
Oh my god, no.
gigantuan things, and they've got long tails that kind of drag behind them. They make this kind of like divot in the sand as they go, and they just kind of stalk up to the thing, and they stand in front of them, and they sit down their haunches, and they just kind of blink at Debby, who's standing on the thing, and she says, "So these are my riding lizards. The riding lizards for the resort. 3 of them. This is Debby. This is Ryan, and this is Goose."
None of you heard that another lizard was called Debby.
What? Debby the lizard?
We were reading it.
He was reading it 'cause they're apparently in the Underdark.
They are found in the Underdark.
Well, she is a tiefling.
So the first one is Debby. Second one is Ryan. The other one is Goose.
Do they have name tags?
They do. Their tiny saddles have little name tags attached.
Okay, how many B's does Debby have?
Debby is spelled D-E-B-Y
That's a good question.
on the lizard.
Are all of your characters gonna be named Debby on
Oh my
here?
god.
No. Ryan is spelled R-Y-A-N. And Goose is spelled Goose, like the bird.
Would Shin have seen one before?
You might recognize them, but these look like a different strain of the ones you have. The ones you have underground are generally darker skin.
Yeah.
They're made for living underground in darkness.
Yeah.
These look more like jungle versions.
Okay.
So they've
So
got
more
a
like
much
green.
brighter green coat.
Yeah.
They look a little bit less murderous and a little bit more like dopey.
That's disappointing.
Their eyes go 2 different ways, and they've got tongues that loll out, and one of them just like snacks a tongue onto one of his eyes. It's Goose. Goose, like his tongue lolls out, and he just goes licks one of his eyeballs, and then goes back in. He seems to be a little bit less wise than the other ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
But it's not like just me saying that that's vaguely disappointing. That's Shin going, well, this is vaguely disappointing.
And Debby.
What's Debby?
Debby the Tiefling calls over Ryan first, and she says, "So, we'll go in pairs of 2. Who wants to ride Ryan?"
I'm not going on either of the others.
Okay. Says, climb on board. Which one of you is going with?
I'll go with Charlotte.
Wonderful. You 2 climb on to Ryan, and he stoops down so you guys can like get on his back, and you have to spread your legs quite wide to get around his back. I'm trying to think of something close to it. You guys wouldn't have the experience though.
What?
Because I've ridden an elephant. It's like riding an elephant. But
You have to have a very fat horse?
Yeah, it's riding.
Okay.
It's riding a very fat horse. It's got a larger back, so you have to kind of like your legs have to spread a little bit. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but after a little bit you can settle into it. It'll be fine.
I'm 90% sure Shin can do the splits. I'm pretty sure he's
Shin
fine.
will be fine. Charlotte, because you're so small, it's a little bit difficult. You can't quite reach the stirrups, and Debby just kind of tightens them up so that you're good. And you guys,
What are you doing?
you guys put your feet through the stirrups and everything, and there's a pair of reins that you each hold on to. And there's a slight lurch as Ryan stands back up, and then he moves quickly off to the side.
That's on me.
Debby calls over Goose next, and she says, "Okay, 2 more of you. Wonderful.
Baz wants to get on the dopey
Mr.
one.
Bourne.
Bag and Rock.
Bag and Rock.
That's my last name.
Oh my
Bourne
god.
Bag and Rock.
Oh my
Boring
god.
Bag and Rock.
Did you...
Is that your actual
Is
name?
your literal actual name... What?
Yes.
Is your literal last name Bag and Rock?
Maybe.
I'm so disappointed in you. You could have made it Born James.
Oh.
I have the list of people I have here.
No, we're good.
I was gonna get Shin a fake name, but someone fucking said it.
Hey, Shin.
Kate,
That's what you did to me.
and she looks to Tabak and Kiza, and she's, so one more of you on Goose, and the other one will ride with me on Debby.
Pointing to Kiza.
Okay, Kiza's, sure, she'll do it. She thinks Goose is adorable, and she climbs on top of, Goose. You guys get the ties put in, the stirrups put in, and you hold onto the reins, and there's a slight lurch, and Goose kind of walks like he's drunk. Like, he has this weird kind of waddling tilt to him as he goes, but he does make to stand next to Ryan, and Debby just kind of gestures for Debby to come over, Debby the lizard to come over, and Debby makes her way over.
Debby the lizard gestures for Debby the tiefling to come over.
Debby the tiefling gestures for Debby the lizard to come over.
You really should have thought this Debby thing through.
I did think this Debby thing through.
Demon
Oh.
Debby and...
Deb and Debby.
No, Demon Debby and...
Demon Debby and Dragon Debby.
Demon Debby and Dragon Debby, yep.
Sure. And Debby climbs into the front of the stirrup, and she kind of gestures for Tabak to get in the back, and you guys cinch up the stirrups as well. And it's much more peaceful. It seems Debby's got lots of practice with the Debbies have lots of practice with each other. And she leads the way, Goose in the middle and Ryan following behind. Goose kind of like lurches a little bit, like they're walking in quite a straight line, and Goose is like weaving. And you guys make your way down the beach. And you pass a couple of these smaller, like, tiki hut-like things. You see a scattering of people, not too many, but a couple, playing in and out of the waves. There's one relaxing under some umbrellas and sunshade. And you guys make your way past the larger resort building. There's a board outside of the building that seems to have the activities for the day on it. There's a couple of people sitting on like a little patio veranda. Not too much exciting. There's a nice little like Ellison Resort. What are they called? Sign.
Bulletin board?
Yeah, no. There's
No,
the bulletin board already has it. Like a sign.
Day.
Plaque?
Right? Plaque almost. Yeah. The doors are open. There's 3 sets of double doors that have been opened up to let some air in and things. And you guys make your way farther up the coast into a more private section of the beach. And she actually ends up going around a couple of rocks that seem to cut off a small section of the beach to a large tiki-like building, but it's bigger than the other ones had been.
The sacrifice.
And it has a seashell above the door, and the words Coastal Retreat underneath. And Debby gives like a click that seems to be one of the commands for the riding lizards, and they each settle into the sand so that you guys can get off easy enough. And she helps you guys get off and stuff. It's a bit of a weird thing. You're a little bit weird on your legs when you first get off because it's a change, but you're fine after a couple of seconds. And Ryan and Goose wander off into the jungle again, and Debby sits patiently. And Debby the Tiefling leads you up to the door, fiddles around with her binder for a couple seconds, and produces 2 sets of keys. And she hands 1 set to you.
I'll take it.
Shin takes it, and she uses the other one to unlock the door and swing it open. She gives the other one over as well. Baz, you've got it.
Your eyes lit up. Oh.
And she gestures and she says, "Home sweet home for the next 4 days."
I walk in.
Yeah.
Very happily.
So it's a nice place. Like it's done. It's got kind of this beach theme, seashells and little anchors and stuff, rope. Nice thing. You walk into a small dining room, and there's a small kitchen put at the side. Past that, there's a small hallway with 2 doors on either side that opens up into a larger living room with a full wall of glass that reaches 2 levels that looks out onto your own private beach. There's 2 double doors that open up onto the actual patio and veranda that lead down to it. There's a staircase that leads up to a couple of bedrooms and another couple of bathrooms upstairs. It's a nice place. It's got enough room for you guys. You can do as you want. There is a basket sitting on the table in the dining room, and it's got a note on it, and next to it are a couple of brochures and pamphlets. And she says, we've got full running water, we've got full services. If you want any food, we have a lovely little place where you can pick up some edibles at the main resort house, which we pass on our way here. We serve...
Whoever says that. Unless it's about...
we serve food, generally...
You're talking about weed out.
Oh my god.
We don't do breakfasts. Breakfasts will be left up to you guys. You can check it at any of the restaurants, but we do have a selection of restaurants, and we also serve a communal dinner in the main resort or the
wink at
banquet.
me by accident, or was that from... You kind of like...
Oh, my apology. I did by accident. We have a banquet. If you guys are interested in that, you do have to apply beforehand because it gets a little bit full if we have too many people. Any questions, feel free to come visit me. I'm generally up at the main house. If I'm not in, feel free to check in with one of my assistants. They're easy enough to find. I'm sure you can find them. Anything else, or you good to go?
We're good.
Wonderful, wonderful. That little landline there, it contacts you straight to the landline. And she points to a kind of like box in the wall that currently holds a small stone.
Have I seen anything like it before?
Roll me a history check.
Do I get to do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. Yep.
16.
You've both seen these. They're not quite common, but they are far speech stones, generally, as they're called. This one seems to be ingrained into the actual box, so it can't be removed and carried like most of them would. But it does seem to work. You can contact the main house with it.
It's the main walkie-talkie.
Yeah. It's the landline.
The Rocky Talkie.
The rock line.
The rock?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she points that out to you guys. If you've got any activities you want to sign up for, stop by with me or check in with Blubbles. I'm sure you guys have met him. You can also just sign them off and contact the main house through the resort line. Love to see you guys stop by for lunch or anything if you want. The main beach is open starting at about 8 in the morning. We close it down at 9 for the volleyball tournament and the luau. You've got your own private beach. Feel free to use it. The water's all kept safe and stocked. There should be no monsters. We keep those in quick check. If you are interested in seeing some of the local wildlife or monstery, we've got a guided tour through the jungle and waters. We have a live feeding of the sea creatures in the morning if you want to stop by the harbor for that. Other than that, if you've not got any questions,
We're good. And I kind of like
great.
push her.
Great. Yeah, no. And she says, I look forward to seeing you again. If you, once again, any questions, feel free to check in. And she hands you guys a small, not brochure, it's like it's a slip of paper that seems to have like an activity log and stuff. And she says, if you put anything into this, it'll just go right on through to me and I can sign you guys up for activities.
Sweet, thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful. I'll see you later tonight. Hopefully.
I close the door.
Yep. She leaves and you close the door. And she climbs back. You can see there's like a window that leads out into the thing through the kitchen. She climbs back up onto the riding lizard, and she makes her way off up the beach towards the main house.
Do we have our own riding lizard, or do both of them follow?
No, they both left.
Oh, did they? Okay. I want to go to the activity log.
Cool. Yeah. So there's a small basket on the dining room table. It's full of a couple of fruits.
Yeah, I looked at.
Oh no,
too.
I'm kind of just regretting downing my whole drink right before we started recording.
There's a couple of fruits in there.
We should have the break soon.
Yeah, we will break in a second.
Okay.
There's a couple of fruits in the basket. There's a small note that just it's a general welcome to Allison Resort. We hope you enjoy your stay. There is a pamphlet that details the activities. There's a pamphlet that details tours and restaurants and stuff you can do. There is a small bit of paperwork that just goes through your guys' reservations. It lists you guys down for a free banquet dinner on the third day.
Everything's on the third day.
It also says you guys have 5 tickets to the arena, courtesy of Blubbles.
Oh my god.
He'd signed you guys up for that.
That stupid starfish.
There's also a personal invitation to the volleyball tournament tonight from Blubbles.
You say it's a failure?
No, I said he's setting us up for failure.
Oh.
So we will take a small break now, so people can do what they want to. You guys can take a bit to process. We'll be back up within half an hour.
I'm hungry.
Probably.
Sure thing.